Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the pleasure of sharing polishes with you from the Indie-Galactic 3.0 box. This is another one of those collaboration boxes between a few different indie makers, but this theme is based off of like outer space and stuff like that. So this will go on sale August 10th and it is only available until August 17th. This is a one-time pre-order and it is an unlimited status for 2 weeks. International shipping is available and it will be available for $47.50 for 5 full-size indie polishes plus a few extra goodies. So the extra goodies include a cuticle balm from the brand Anonymous Lacquer, a packet of lotion from the brand Bluebird Lacquer, and then a couple, like a sticker, and then a Helmer's vinyl from the brand Supernatural Lacquer. And then the brands and polishes that are included in this year's Indie-Galactic box is Anonymous Lacquer, Bluebird Lacquer, Great Lakes Lacquer, Rogue Lacquer, and Supernatural Lacquer. So we have 5 full-size polishes and then the extra bonus goodies that will be in this box. I feel like I'm just rambling, so I have 5 polishes to share with you today, and let's go ahead and get started. So working alphabetically, we are starting here with Anonymous Lacquer, and this is called Stargazer. This is described as a black base packed with multi-chrome shifting flakies, scattered hollow flakies, and gold to green to red aurora pigment. And then they also included this cuticle balm / lotion bar sample in various scents. So here's our first coat of Stargazer. This has a really good formula. There's no running or pooling or anything like that, and the flakies distribute really evenly, so you don't have to do any kind of fishing or extra manipulation to get them to lie down like evenly across your nails. It is obviously pretty sheer here on this first coat, so it is going to have to be built up with black bases like this. And when you have the added elements, if you make it too pigmented, too black, you're going to lose all of the other elements. So this one is going to have to be built up. It is pretty opaque here in 2 coats where most people are going to be happy and stop, but I am going to go ahead and build it up with a 3rd coat because I want maximum flaky payout. So this does cover completely in 3 coats for me. It does dry pretty glossy on its own, but you will want a top coat to kind of just make everything look nice and cohesive and help everything stay on your nails. This one's not hard to remove, but it does take a little extra work, so there is 2 coats. Up next from Bluebird Lacquer we have Hallett If I Know, and this is described as a hollow packed seafoam shimmer with purple and red to purple flakies. And they did include this Zero Thirst lotion sample in the Space Cakes scent. Here's our first coat of Hallett If I Know. This one also has a good formula. I didn't have any running or pooling. It's not too thick or too thin. It covers pretty well here on this first coat, but I am going to go ahead and build it up with a 2nd coat. And as far as the amount of flakies you get, I do wish there were a teensy bit more, but it would take away from that beautiful green shimmer, so I am very happy with this. This does cover completely in 2 coats for me. It also dries down a little bit dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat, and that'll also help the hollow in here stand out much better. Nothing in here dries textured, nothing in here is difficult to remove at all. So there is 2 coats. Up next from Great Lakes Lacquer we have Lakes in Space, and this is described as a violet blue base with 2 different kinds of shifting shimmer, iridescent flakies, and a hollow micro flaky. Here's our first coat of Lakes in Space. This one also has a good formula. There's no running or pooling or anything like that here, and with this nice wider brush it makes application really easy. This is obviously pretty sheer here on this first coat, so it is going to have to be built up, but it also goes back to that if you have too pigmented of a base, you're going to lose the added elements. So this builds up nicely in 2 coats, but it's definitely one that's going to need a 3rd coat. You do get a ton of flakies out without having to do anything special. Again, just very easy to use. Here's our 3rd coat, and this does cover completely in 3 coats for me. This one also does dry down a little bit dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat, and nothing in this polish was hard to remove or stuck to the nails or made a mess, and I didn't have any staining. So there is 3 coats. Up next from Rogue Lacquer we have Big Bang, and this is described as a slate gray with a copper red shift, scattered hollow, micro hollow glitters, and a color shifting flaky. Here's our first coat of Big Bang. Again, a nice, easy to work with formula, not too thick, not too thin, and it goes on really nice and buttery smooth. This is a little bit sheer here on this first coat, so you are going to want to build it up with a second coat. You do get a good amount of flakies, but they are those kind of iridescent flakies, so you're not going to see them as much until it's completely built up. So this is completely opaque here in 2 coats for me. Again, it dries a little bit dull, so you will want a nice glossy top coat to finish it off. Nothing in here dried textured, nothing in here was difficult to remove, and I had no staining, so there's 2 coats. And then lastly for today from Supernatural Lacquer we have Quasistellar, and this is described as a purple base with a coppery red shimmer, various hollow, ultra chrome chameleon, and color shift micro flakies, color shift micro glitter, and a touch of hollow. And Supernatural did include a couple of little stickers. This one I believe is just like their kind of logo sticker. And then we also have iridescent space themed helmer vinyls, and I got the stars one, but you can also get planets. Here's our first coat of Quasistellar. This one has another really good, really easy to work with formula. This is probably the best formula in this box in my opinion. It just went on nice and buttery smooth. Not that the other ones didn't, but I know with these flaky packed polishes they can tend to get pretty thick pretty quickly. This builds up nicely here on 2 coats, but I am going to go ahead and throw in a 3rd coat. If you do 2 thicker coats like I am doing on my middle finger here, this is completely opaque, but I work in very inconsistent coats sometimes, so I am going to go ahead and do 3. It does cover completely in 3. It dries pretty glossy on its own, but again, to make everything look nice and cohesive, you'll want that top coat. This one also looks really nice matte. Nothing in here was hard to remove, nothing stained, stuck to the nails, so there's 3 coats. I have a hard time picking a favorite between these, but I think it would have to go to Big Bang from Rogue because it's a gray, it's a hollow, it's an easy, safe choice for me. But they're all so good. I also really like the jelly base and the extra flakies in the Anonymous lacquer. I love the larger flakies in the Bluebird lacquer. I love the flakies in the multi-chrome shift in the Great Lakes lacquer, and this is like one of the very few purples that I'm drawn to from Supernatural Lacquer. So I love everything in the box, but I think my favorite would have to go to Rogue. And that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this month's box. Let me know if you plan on picking it up. Let me know what your favorite from it was. And give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. And I will talk to you again next time.